Hi, and welcome to the new SirGo. SirGo has recently gone through a platform upgrade, and I'm going to show you a few of the new features within SirGo. One of the things is that you will notice that the categories are now listed in a drop-down list, so you can pick and choose whatever category you want to go to, and if there's something there, it'll show you. The other thing you will notice is if you actually go to the front page, you will see that there are a number of different layouts that have happened. It looks a lot the same, but you can share things and so on and so forth. So some of the bigger stuff that's happened inside of SirGo is inside of here. So I'm going to log in as my test account. And the first thing you're going to notice is that it takes you to an account page. Inside of here, you can change your type of membership. So for instance, if you clicked on change, it'll take you over to here where you can change different memberships. So you have to pay for the other memberships. You're automatically in here. The other thing is that inside of here you can change like your username, your personal details can be changed. If you have any invoices, it will list them all in here. So if you've signed up for any of the bronze memberships or bronze, silver, or gold memberships, and it'll show you a list of your activities inside of here. One thing that's very different is if you noticed when we logged in that there is no longer the options up here. Instead, if you go to here where it says SirGo and you click on that, it will take you into your dashboard. And inside your dashboard here, you can go back to the site. You can edit your profile. So if you went into your profile here and stuff, it'll let you choose how you want the coloration to be. Your username cannot be changed, but you can change your first name, last name, nickname, put in a bio, profile picture if you want. You can be notified about topics out of the forums. This will be expanded upon as time goes by. If we go back to the dashboard, the next option that you will see is articles. And this is where, if you click on it, it will list all of the articles that you currently have on your system. I'm going to come back to this in a minute to show you how this actually works. And there's a lot of functionality inside of creating articles now. We have greatly improved things. So I'll come back to that in a couple of seconds. The other thing, we'll go back to the dashboard, you'll see media. So unlike before, you remember you had to upload images in each module that you placed on the screen and stuff. You can bulk upload a bunch of images in here that you're going to use. So you can also upload like documents and all kinds of different things inside of here. So we'll go back into here. We also will come back to that because that's if you click on this, you can create an article. We'll come back to that. The support link here, if you click on support, it'll take you to the help desk and you can pick and choose from different categories and actually put stuff into the help desk. And then there's statistics. If you click on statistics in here, you will get to see all kinds of different things. You can specify date ranges if you want. You can look at how many posts you've got. I've only got one, so you can see I've only got one here. Post views, how many times it's been viewed, what are my most popular ones, the most popular users by post count. So it'll list them. If you highlight them, it'll show you who each user is and so on and so forth. So that's pretty good. And then you can see the amount of visitors per country that you've had. So this is actually really cool. So let's go back into here now. Now, like I said, I'll come back to the articles section. So let's go into the articles. One of the things you'll notice inside of here is that you can specify tags, the categories it's in. This right here, see analytics. We've implemented a system called Squirrely, which allows you to optimize your articles and be able to step through each article. And this is really nice because you can click on See Analytics and it'll give you an overview of what's going on with your actual post, which is kind of cool. So you can see that the rank hasn't been verified yet. It takes a little bit of time for it to actually go through. Whether it's optimized, 77% optimized is pretty good. So you can see there's no social shares for this, and you can see the different types of shares that you can get. It will go out and figure out all this stuff for you. There's also a video in here that if you click on it, it will let you know how this works and what to do and so on and so forth. So I'm going to get out of there. Over here is a list of how many times this article of yours has been viewed. Now let's go into, you'll notice that there's edit, quick edit, trash, and view. If you click on view, obviously you're going to view the article as it would seem on the actual system. Trash would actually do exactly that. It would put it into the trash. Quick edit. What this does is this lets you actually specify the dates and the times that it was actually posted on. You can put a password or make it private if you want to. The slug is how it appears in the URL up here. So for instance, you'll notice that this one has Christmas-cake-recipe. So I'm going to click on view, and if you notice up at the top of the screen, it's got SirGo Christmas-cake-recipe. That's the slug. That is what that does. All right, so we will go back into here now. Now back into the quick edit. Over here, you can quickly decide on different categories if you want to put them in there and stuff. You can decide whether you want to allow comments or not. Pings, although it's giving you the option, we keep that turned off. So we don't want that going on in the system. So that will actually be removed in the near future. The status, whether it's published, pending review, or draft. Essentially, if it's published, it's live. If it's one of the other ones, it's not. So now we're going to click on edit. So if we click on edit or click on the name, it'll actually go right into the article itself and let you start editing it. So here we go. Okay, so you'll notice inside of here, the Christmas cake recipe. If you actually go and look at it, the first thing you're going to notice on the screen when we open it up is that there's this little image here. Okay? But yet there is no little image in here. That's called a featured image. So if you scroll down to the bottom, this is where I set the featured image. So I can remove that image, right? And I can go and set it, and I can set another image if I want, right? So let's say I wanted to change it to this image for some reason. Okay, so now if I actually go and click on preview, you're going to see that it's going to open up, and now that little image that was off the side there has changed into this great big image, okay, because it's a big image. So that's how the featured image works. So by playing with that, you can set things up in different ways and make the actual post look very, very different. So it's really quite cool. Now, the one thing you're going to notice in here is that I went in, I gave it a title, then I can put in all my text. I can go into media, I can insert things. If I wanted to put an image in here, say, I can say add media, and I can pick an image out of here and it'll put in, or I can upload another image and then it'll appear in my media library. So yes, you can add almost anything in here. The other side of things is we've got inside of here what we call shortcodes. Now these shortcodes are really powerful. So, and they give us a lot of functionality. So if you click on a shortcode and say I wanted to, let's get out of here for 1 second. Say I wanted to put something right in here. Say I wanted to put inside of here the SirGo logo for some reason. So I can do a preview of it and see what it looks like. And if I just say insert shortcode, now if I go and actually preview things, what you're going to see is that there's the SirGo logo. So there's a lot of functionality in here around these shortcodes. So they range from things as simple as that to things like, say you wanted to put in a light box, okay? So you're going to put in a light box and you're going to make it an iframe, or you can make it inline or an image. We're going to make it an image. And there's the source. You would have to know what the image source is that you wanted to see, okay? So right now it's not going to show anything because we don't have anything. But if you specify an image path in there, then you'll actually be able to tell. Another good example is, say I wanted to put in something like a gallery, okay? So I'm going to put in a gallery, and what's the sources? I'm going to take it from my media library. I can add images. I'll add that one since it's the only one we've got, and you can see what it looks like here and stuff, and you can limit it. It puts little circles in there. Put links. You can put whether you want it to open in the same way, mouse over. If you live preview it, this is what it'll look like. So it'll show you the live preview of what the gallery will look like. So I'm just going to insert it. So now that I've inserted the custom gallery in there, if I go and I preview this, you'll see that once again it will create a gallery of images down here. So now if I go on there, you can see that I could give it names, I could do whatever I wanted with it. So as you can see, the shortcodes are very powerful. There's also really cool little shortcodes inside of here for things like Vimeo videos, things like, you can play around in here and you'll figure it out. But another good example is if I wanted to put in a table. So I wanted to put in a table, if I wanted to put in something or another, it doesn't really matter. There's the table definition right here. You can preview it and you can see it right now. There's a table. So if I insert that into there now, look at that. There's your table right there. So there's a lot of functionality in here. Just play around. You'll see that you can do a lot with this. You can also keep it very simple if you wanted to. It doesn't really matter. You can also put in things like tooltips. We're going to make it basic yellow. We're going to position it to the top. We're going to say yes for a shadow and rounded corners. And this is the tooltip title. Okay. The content goes here. Show and hide on mouse over. So we can do that. Show and hide on mouse click are always visible. So we're just going to leave it there and stuff. We're going to give it a close button, and the content's going to say hover over me to open the tooltip. So we'll insert that shortcut now. So now if you watch, if we go and we preview this, we'll go down to here and see where it says hover over me to open the tooltip. There it is. And look at the tooltip there. There it goes. This goes here. So you can do all kinds of things inside here. You can make things as complicated as you want, as fun as you want, as simple as you want. It's really up to you. So now that you understand about a lot of the functionality that's there, one big piece of functionality that's in here, and you should play around inside of here because there is a lot of flexibility. You can do a lot of stuff. If you wanted to do things like change headings, you can change much the same as before. You can change your coloration of your text or whatever, right? So you can do all that kind of stuff. So now you'll notice this thing over here called the Squirrely Live Assistant. So the one thing you're going to notice is up at the top here, I typed in optimize for the keyword Christmas cake. So it's giving me some things in green and some things in red and some things in white. Okay, so if you watch, what your goal is to get all of these in green. Okay? If you get them all in green, your article is 100% SEO optimized. Okay? If it's in red, it's actually bad. It's like you need to to do a little bit more. So I'm optimizing for Christmas cake. Now you'll see here it says title is Google friendly, over optimize, add 2 more words. So now if I go Christmas cake recipe for the family, you'll notice that it turned green now, right? So now we've got this part is done, but now this one in white, it's not bad, but it's not good neither. So if you want to get it perfect, you need to add 1 more keyword or remove 444 words. So let's do this. Let's go ingredients for Christmas cake. Okay, so now that's optimized. So you see how that turned green. Now it's saying to bold one of these, so let's bold this one right here. Okay, so let's just do a bold. Now that's optimized. So now it's saying use the keywords in the alternative text field of the image. Well, that would be down here, so where we remove the featured image, or you could do something along these lines. You could go, okay, I'd like to put a Christmas cake image in here. So let's do a search for Christmas cake. Better yet, let's go back here. And one of the nice things about Squirrely inside of here and stuff is that when you do the Christmas cake, if you click on this here, it opens up a whole bunch of stuff here. So if I wanted to put, and these are all, and if I want to see copyright free images, I can click on that and it will go and find the copyright free images for me. So there's copyright free images now. Okay, so that means that I can use any of these images at all inside of my article, and I'm not violating anybody's copyrights. So let's put this in. Okay, so there we go. So now we've got this in here. I want it to be aligned to the center, which it is. Okay, and now we're going to look at the whole article, and if you notice here, it changed the keywords to being there. So you're now 100% optimized. So if I preview the changes and I look at the actual article now, what it's going to look like is we've got this in here, we've got our Christmas cake, we've got all this stuff, and your article is 100% optimized, which is great. So that actually helps out a lot, and it makes it really easy to create your article properly. So I'm just gonna, once you're done and you're happy with the whole thing and you're like, okay, this is exactly what I wanted, all you have to do is click on update. Now we have updated that article and it is now posted and live on the system. And that's how easy it is to actually optimize your articles. So SEO optimization is right there. Down in here, these are really handy because it shows you how it's going to look in the search engines. So if somebody searches for this and it comes up, this is how it will look in Google. On Facebook, it'll look like that. On Twitter, it'll look like that. And under advanced, you can go in here and you can say whether you want Google to index it or not, pass linkages from this page. So that lets you know whether you're going to do certain links out to other pages and stuff. Show it in the sitemap XML. You always want to show it in the sitemap XML. It's as simple as that. You just always want to do it. Okay. Now, if you are an advanced user and you want to do some really advanced styling of your pages, you can add custom CSS just for your page. Now, if you don't know what you're doing, then be very careful because you can also mess things up in here. The good news is you can just wipe it out and you'll be good. So that is essentially how you create things inside of SirGo. Now, the other thing that you may want to know is that you can go back, you can click on Browse here under Publish, and you can go back and look at your various editions of the page. So we keep actual copies of it. So there's the, you can see how we're showing how it changed, and there's the original. So it's like, the reality behind it is that you can change all of this you want to do whenever you want to do it. So myself, I'm going to get out of here for sure, but anyways, I'm not going to take any of this. But you can get out of here. You can actually restore previous versions if you want. The other thing too is you can create a whole bunch of them, and you can schedule them to be published. So you can say, okay, that this is going to be published here on December 12th or something. It's up to you. Doesn't really matter, right? You can change when it's going to be published, and if you wanted to. The other nice thing is you can set the visibility in here to be private, password protected, or public. Most times it'll be public. Now, if you do create these other ones, one of the nice things about SirGo is you've got the ability to create a whole bunch of contacts with friends and become friends with them and send friend requests off to everybody. And then you could give them a password, and you could use this internally to discuss private things amongst yourselves. Another nice thing is that if somebody came into the page and they went in there and they added a comment to the page, so let's go down the bottom. Let's see, this is a sample comment, and I post that comment in there. Okay, what you're going to notice is that when you come back into the dashboard, you're going to see that there were comments in here. Now, there it is there. You can unapprove it, you can trash it, you can whatever. It approved it automatically because it was yourself actually doing it. Normally, you would have to come in and approve the article, approve the comment, and you would get right up in here, you would get a little number symbol for however many comments you've got. Now, one of the nice things about this is that the more comments you get, the better, because Google then thinks it's a very active page. So that's really one of the nice things about getting comments on your pages and your articles. And also, if you notice too, now that if we go back into the statistics in here, you're going to see that inside of here, we've got a post count is still the same. The views, they're still the same. One popular posts. So there's our popular post because we've had a view on it and stuff. And you can see all kinds of information in the stats that come in here and stuff. So that, in a nutshell, is the new SirGo. One more thing to make you aware of is there is a private messaging functionality in here. So you can actually turn around and message either myself or somebody within the system. So the other option in here is create. And create is simply starting a page from scratch. So if I click on create, I can go in and add a new article right from the beginning and create it right from the beginning. So, but it's all the same functionality as I showed you, with the exception of you would have to choose some categories. Okay, so it's all the same functionality, and essentially that is the new SirGo. So I'm going to log out of here right now, and I wish you luck, and I hope that you really make yourself a fortune off of our system. Cheers. Thank you very much.